Sanibonani dumela ngapsheni, hello. Igama lami umakhenika mkhulu makhenika womsamo. Mkhulu Seida. Mkhulu Seida.
Osana, ngiyanibingelela nina nonke idala zakambili nqangi. Mkhulu Seida lo. Hayi. Ngihamba nomakhenika. Inyanga ezamagedla. Yeah, man, Mkhulu Seida lo, inyanga yamashishini igedla lamakhosi ngiyanibingelela. Thank you guys again for tuning into another episode of KMTV. Makhosi.
Namhlanje bengifuna ukuthi sikhulume ngobugedla. What is igedla? Isebenza kanjani? I want this one to just be a discussion. This is less an instructive video, but more just from my research and his research, my experiences, his experiences, into what is this thing ubugedla. And we're just gonna speak a few, like I always like to say, we're not the end all be all, we're not the libraries, we're not the cuneiform tablets, we're not the final say. So whatever we're gonna say, please do your own research. Okay. Mkhulu, yini ubugedla?
Igedla makhosi kini nonke magedla awangempela nina nangenwa what can we call it, the universal shamanic spirit eyazala each and every other or most of the arts out there. Igedla is somebody who has either been entered by an ancestral spirit who was a shaman, obekabamba imithi, a medicine man, obekabamba imithi, alapha ngemithi, guided by the spirits. Igedla is somebody ongathwasanga imithi, inyanga engahambanga yayothwasa, but we can actually say they were initiated by the universal spirits. They were taught African medicine, or they were taught medicinal healing by the universal spirits themselves.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I mean, you're saying that, and I'm thinking some people refer to people who were taught umuti as amagedla. It's as if there's a distinction between the guy that just knows umuti a lot just from being around amagedla or working for someone uyigedla. Obviously, if I work for umuntu uyigedla, uzothi taka so I'm going to get knowledge, but hayi ukuthi ngingenwe imimoya. So there's that category, and then there's the category of umuntu vele ongenwe yidlozi elobugedla, or not even idlozi, just the spirits initiate this person into realizing who they are. I just want to add and say it's from ulwazi lwami, it's a thing where some of us are born like this. You are born a light being that is connected with nature, connected with the universe, connected with the spirits, connected with the sun, connected with the moon. You are that being. And so it's just that because of the trauma that happens when you enter into this realm, you forget ukuthi ungubani. And then as time goes by, things begin to happen, you get signs, and you begin to realize that, oh, okay, this is me.
Straight. That's an actual fact. And it's good that you mentioned Igedla elifundiswa imithi.
Yeah.
Somebody who's knowledgeable in imithi. And Igedla, who was either ongenwe umoya that is universal, or obeke nedlozi that is Igedla, to teach them the art of utilizing the earth's elements, and whatever else to heal and to do other things. There's a very thin line, because ungangenwa umoya wobugedla, and because of your psychological makeup and design, we all have different learning styles. Some other people are practical, some other people are good with theory. Uthole ukuthi umoya wakho wobugedla guides you to go to inyanga ukuthi kufundise imithi. It's really hard to distinctify ukuthi uyigedla by learning imithi from inyanga, or uyigedla by the universal or ancestral spirits. So only Igedla would know after a consult. Igedla would know from imoya efikayo kuye ukuthi hayi nginamakhosi mohamba uyohlola bakutshela ukuthi no unamakhosi wena angeke sikuthwasise.
I want to go in here and say it's one of the common signs or just commonalities amongst amagedla. Point number one is that chances are ungumuntu that comes from royal blood, like you're a direct descendant of inkosi noma amakhosi, because I don't imagine ukuthi the ruler of a nation or someone of the royal family can go ayocela ugobela amthwasisa amgidisa and all of that. I don't see that happening, yabo.
No, and the unfortunate part is within our craft, kunabantu abagangile. So
Abagangile.
yeah, so amagedla, the Makosi spirits are aware of that, and they need to protect anyone who has that sort of spirit, because it becomes a danger ukuthi uye kumuntu umuntu akuthwebula asebenze ngamandla wakho. It becomes a danger ukuthi uye kumuntu umuntu athwebula inkanyezi yakhe asebenze ngamandla wakho. Uyayibona? So royal spirits, due to the reasons you've mentioned and these, always prefer ukuthi basithwasisele umntwana, basifundisele umntwana. Royal spirits are not only, people are gonna hear it and be like, actually, Eyigedla, you're related to Shaka Zulu, you're related to King Swati. No. Any royal lineage on earth that somehow your blood is connected to would make you umuntu onamakhosi. Okay. You are a royal child by proxy yokuthi even 2% of your blood somehow has some royal lineage. Amakhosi wako azoba imimoya. In fact, your ancestors azoba imimoya, your course.
Also, there's lots of debates on social media and amongst inyanga out there to say there's no such thing as a healer ongatwasi. Yabo? So then the question that I like to pose to them is, okay, then ubani otwasise the first healer?
Very good question.
Ibaqage.
They
now don't know what to say because they just believe ukuthi no, ayikho lento yokuthi you're a healer, but you didn't go empandeni, awugidelanga ugobela. Wayabona nje? I'll give my take, but what's your take on it?
Mina ngizojula Khehla, angazi ukuthi nje. I'm gonna go straight into it. Amagedla, people, you must understand ukuthi ubugedla is just an African word for a universal shaman. And if I'm now using that description, it simply means that if you go to India, or you go to Native America and you find a shaman who is practicing and who will tell you, I was taught, and I've watched a couple of interviews, but I was taught by the nature spirits how to do this. There was a man who took a researcher. You'll find him on Gaia. His name is Greg. The land was barren. There was no rain for a while. And he took him to a ceremonial ground. And he said he wants to show him something. Wakuka lapaya on the ceremonial ground. Magakuka, he did not speak. He simply knelt, wapega pansi. And then afterwards, he stood up with Greg and he said, no, let's go eat. It wasn't long, a couple of days after Talapaya. Facts. Matter of fact, I will cite the video at the bottom of our description if you guys want to see it.
Okay.
When Greg was so amazed, he said, okay, you're a shaman, but how did you cause it to rain? And he said, no, this is something I was taught by my ancestors. He said, when I went there, I performed a ceremony in my heart and connected with the earth and connected with the sky. And I made sure I felt the rain. I made sure I could smell the rain. I made sure I could hear the rain. I was doing what is called manifestation.
Okay.
He was taught that by what? The universal spirits. This is how you call rain if there's no rain. Greg was amazed. Normally people will be amazed if they hear. Normally people are amazed when they see something. Ukuthi ufike gedleni wena bowungakhona ukuhamba akuthatha inyawo. God forbid, I'm gonna use graphic. Akubeke inyawo emasendeni. Akhulume adonse then wena uzwa into ithi qhuqhu iqhuma usukume. It's as if it's magic, but it's not magic. It's universal knowledge. Where am I coming to by telling you what I'm telling you? When we talk about the universal spirit, people, you must understand knowledge can neither be destroyed and it can neither be altered at universal level. We have something called the Akashic record, the grid that contains each and everything that has ever happened, that is happening, and that will ever happen at the multiverse level. When you are Igedla, somebody who has a spirit of healing, you get authorization to tap into that knowledge to your capacity that you need it. Angeke obvious bakunike yonke into nezinto ongazidingi ukuzibheka. But I'm just coming back to the thing with bazothi amagedla angeke ube yihile ungathwasiswanga. Like you said, the first shaman didn't need ukuthwasiswa. They got the knowledge from the universal spirits. So depending on your journey, you might need ukuthi uthwase, go and learn imithi from another medicine man because igedla lakho wants you to learn from that person specifically, like that style. Or ube namakhosi. Amakhosi athi, no, we will give him the key to the Akasha so that he dreams of imithi makalele, so that he dreams of ukuthi amanzi asebenza kanjani makalele. He dreams ukuthi moya ethuneni mokhuluma lento le yenzwa kasole. You become a universal, spiritually gifted healer.
So like on my side, according to the research that I've done, Igedla, that's the Nguni word, but that's a sort of Ngakatsupe. There's also Ngakachicha. I forgot the Xhosa word. But ubitwa Ngakatsupe because Ngaka Itsupang, you have a heightened sense of intuition. You are the type of person that it's a common trait that Igedla has. And then also, it's as you said, the first healer was Igedla because they got their healing from the universal spirits that taught him healing. Igedla is healing. And then the question becomes, okay, there's Igedla. How did the second healer and the third and the fourth and the fifth healer get their gifts? And my answer is it's either they got their gifts the same way as the first gedla, or Toluguti, the first gedla, teaches the next person how to heal, but in a way that their essence or their capacity will be able to learn healing. It might be when I can only give you this portion being ubungoma, for example, and then ubungoma, and then Toluguti, no, this person I can only give him crystal ball reading or tarot card reading. You'll be a hydromancer because that's what will fit your essence, your capacity, your DNA. Their gift is just delivering babies. And it's not that they learned it in a textbook or they studied it somewhere. It's uphiwe kanjalo. Do you understand? We can, in a sense, call that person Igedla because that is what they've been given according to the universal spirits. Such things, just that we don't talk about those people, but
no, definitely. And you touched upon, you said a word that
what did I say?
we need to we need to clarify. Hydromancy.
Yeah.
Hydromancy is the art of water used for healing or any other, I don't want to say extraterrestrial, but any other extraordinary feat.
Okay.
So, abathandas, prophet, abasebenza ngamanzi, they are hydromancers.
Okay.
Anybody who uses water for healing is a hydromancer. Anybody who uses imimoya yabantu abafile is a necromancer.
Yeah.
Anybody who uses umhlaba, umuntu athi ngicela ungilandele inhlabathi yakho aboma nabobaba, ungithathele yona, ngifuna ukukuhlanganisela yona, ngizofaka umuthi la, uhambe uyogquma, abantu bakini bazofika bakhulume nawe. Ngikhipha izinto ezijulile ningixolele nyanga zami. Uhambe uyogquma ngayo, abantu bakini bazofika, bazophindilwa lento boyikhuluma mawugquma. That is geomancy, the art of using earth to heal. Ubugedla is basically incorporating all these arts at a global level. Mara obvious masibuyisa la Africa. Emzansi. Ubugedla is an African medicine man.
Angifuna ukungena lapho ngithi Ubugedla is not just muti though. It's not just ihlahla nempande nani. Ubugedla is healing. Thola ukuthi abanye abantu bayakwazi ukubethela umuzi ngesef, ngesunlight phela, and uqine loyo muzi uthi uyangena ngezinto zakho uhluleke. Ubugedla is healing. It's the spirit behind. I will even now I'm gonna make an anime reference, but if you guys watch Demon Slayer, I would say ubugedla is like sun breathing, from which all the breathing styles come from. Ubugedla is the healing from which all the other healing styles come from. I would even go as far as saying, and we should speak about it, but where does ubu profetu come from? Where does ubungoma come from? I would say that it is Igedla that's helped in the process of converting ubungoma to uprofetu due to the Witchcraft Suppression Act. It was probably Igedla that invented that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Think about it. Under the study of law, people will just think, and when you study law, you become what? A lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But under the study of law, you can go on to be a notary, you can go on to be a judge. There's other fields you can tap into.
Sure.
Ubugedla is the light worker healer. And from there, the other things sprout out. Sangoma, this,
yes,
that,
yes.
that,
I want to go into that and say, I love what you say. Igedla is a light worker healer, and that's so true because you are born this way. You figure with that you are born like that, and it's just that in the trauma that happens when you cross whatever realm to come here, you forget yourself and you forget all that knowledge, but it comes back. But in Funuguti, Mayigedla, you are connected to the elements, you're connected to the sun, the moon, the earth, the trees. And that is why Mayigedla also and your stuff is sharp shana now. Nothing can happen to you or to those around you without you first knowing about it, because you're connected to the universe. That is Igedla. That is Nakatsupe.
Shoot, man, you touched something that we need to explain as a side note again.
Okay.
What happens when a soul transits from that side and comes to the human realm? Just to give you guys a side note so that those of you that don't understand what we're talking about. When a soul moves from the eternal realm, because you as a soul are immortal, and has to, in essence, or in a way, die to its spiritual nature so that it can live in the physical realm. The trauma the soul goes through to become a mortal, from immortal to mortal, causes what we call the forgetting. So we are called for Uguti, you are an immortal, all-knowing soul, and you become a limited, unknowing human being for the sake of the learning experience. And how am I tying this to Gedla? I'll let you explain that, but in Bao that allow you to recognize Guti Gedla, and plus to relearn that ability that you had, but due to the trauma you have forgotten. I'm sure you can tell us some of the signs.
Yeah, like initially I first said Igedla is likely someone that was born from a royal lineage. So chances are you are directly related to one of the royal families from Mandulo. Igedla is someone, before you even know about your gifts, but you're someone that is highly intuitive. Intuition meaning that you just know izinto and you just know them, or you might even have visions of whatever. You just know that I need to get myself this and mix it with this so that I can do this. Igedla is someone, as a kid you were naughty in a sense that you were always experimenting with things. It's that is part of Igedla, because it's going to prepare you for your work as Igedla to go and experiment. Igedla also, it's difficult for you to be you can't be an NPC as Igedla, because you're an independent thinker. You are in general. You don't feel the need to be moving with a clique or a crowd, because that's just another one that I wanted to mention. I'm just forgetting it now, but
I would say as well, another one to add to that, as your journey goes on, more Igedla, uzoza abantu bathi if ungayiphuphi imithi usiyigedla. No, that's not the case. You will though have an intuitional knowing more plants. These are not just trees. Like Kumkulu said, you can't just be an NPC. You will start recognizing the distinction between plants and trees. This one is different. This one is different. Wow, this tree smells nice. Wow, this tree looks medicinal. It's the universe now reminding you, all this around you is medicine and can be used for healing and destruction.
Yeah, bengifuna ukuthi mina uthola ukuthi umuntu has uprofeti has like you're multi-gifted. Like there are people say unalibu prophet, unalibu ngaka, unalibu isanusi, unalibu no, those are just terms that we have come to learn and use to categorize people so that we can have conversations. But no, Igedla, it's difficult to then shove you in a box because Igedla is the guy that will have those abilities that seem to be, I don't want to say in conflict, but seem to be of different umbrellas, but you tend to have them all because Igedla, you have that universal spirit of which or from which that healing came from.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, just before I hand it back to you, I lost
yin and yang.
I lost the thoughts.
I think you're touching upon yin and yang. Light within darkness,
yeah.
Darkness within light.
Yeah.
Igedla is aware of how to tap into both.
Yeah. True.
Understanding Uguti, sometimes out of love, I harm. Sometimes out of love, when in harm, I heal.
Yeah.
You become, hence why we say you are a universal spiritualist. Now, one thing I want to say is you will hear us talk about Igedla. Don't think we are venerating it and saying it's above. No. The more, you must understand, the more power you're given, the more responsibility you have. So to covet power already is an issue for you. So now don't run around saying, yo, nami ngifuna ukuba igedla lamakhosi. You have a high responsibility because we igedla lamakhosi. You can't just act out of pocket when you want to.
Yeah, on my side, this thing of gedla is actually very complicated. It's so complicated that people don't understand it. Nami, I don't fully understand it, and then because of lack of understanding, they tend to ubinyata or ubi pegela parts because they don't understand it. I wanted to
go it's natural in this world, in terms of in a world of qualifications. Okay, you've got somebody who's simply good at what can I say? Somebody who's simply good at bricklaying. For some reason, this guy's he's a good crafter of houses or builder. I don't know what you call them. This guy has never done any drafting, any architectural learning. He's never done any bricklaying. He's got no certificate, but he's skilled in that. And then you have somebody with the certificate. Who are they going to choose more? Somebody who's got somebody to vouch for, which I learned under so and so and so. As but what we're trying to say is, isipho sakho isipho sakho. Whether bayagxeka or abagxeki, it gets looked down on. But this is the video to tell you, uma uyigedla, ungatshelwa yimuntu ukuthi you're weak.
Ngifuna ukuthi isigaye ngeBhayibheli.
See, I'm always more than willing.
Mina ngizothi uYeshua HaMashiach bekayigedla. Why ngisho kanjalo? Before his baptism, there weren't many miracles. There's maybe one or two, but I can't remember or recall many miracles before his baptism. But after his baptism, there were many miracles. When he went to John the Baptist, John was like, no, you should be baptizing me. And then Jesus replied that John must baptize him because of ABC Doremi. And then he got baptized. When Jesus was being baptized, yes.
And then we are talking about Yeshua HaMashiach.
I want to continue. And then after that, he did ubugedla. He was able to mix his spit with soil and cause healing to people, open their eyes. Bekakwazi ukukhipha indaba. Bekayigedla.
Bekafemba.
Bekakhipha amadimoni. Bekayigedla.
And ubani omthwasisi? uYeshua HaMashiach wanyamalala from the age of 12 wabuya sekana 30. Asiyazi ke uhambo lwakhe ukuthi wahamba wanyathela kuphi. What we do know njengoba umkhulu asho ukuthi waye emanzini wayephakamisa isithunzi.
Sure.
He used gyromancy. He took the earth. He used the power which he was bestowed ngesithunywa sakhe ukuthi avule umuntu amehlo. A lot of people are gonna say, "Ayabona manje bomkhulu seniyabheda."
No. Mina ngiyakwazi ukuyimela into engishoyo ngoba you will find that there are some healers. I will mention the St. John's Church, that church where they wear white and blue. Some of those people bayakwazi ukufemba with just water, with no mdawo spirit, with no ancestral spirit, but bayafemba with just their water.
Facts.
Well, why wouldn't you? So I know what I'm saying.
Hydromancy.
So even if but I'm referencing that to what this guy Yeshua HaMashiach did these things. Okay, they say they keep amatimona, they abantu with soil, with his spit. These are not. I haven't even gone into the muti part yet, but he's using normal things, just laying of hands, no kulega, umtandazi.
Very, very much so. And
no, what's in your beta, but
no, you must understand what did we say is ubugedla. Ubugedla is universal, is a universal spiritual shaman.
I was gonna say that people will, you can go research this on your own, but you and I, you listening to this video, myself, Nkulu Seda, we are all instances where we are, how do I explain this? We all come from the source splits itself into different instances, and we're here to live and experience, to collect information for the source. But some of us are gifted with these things as a reminder that of where we come from and the power that which we come from.
Exactly.
So just because people today are able today to do the things that Yeshua HaMashiach was doing, it should also, these things connect, man.
Let's go deeper and speak about light workers, spiritual healers.
Sure.
People don't box yourself into something because you need impahla for your ego. Crusader uzamukuthini. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. Ungathi mina ngisamgoma ngiyagida nje kuphela, ngagida, yebo you did. Mina ngumprofeta ngithinta imithi, ngisebenza ngamanzi, yebo iqiniso. Mina nginyanga, ngisebenza imithi nje kuphela. Those are simply just the way your healing ability is manifesting through you as a light worker. All of you healers, whether ningabathandazi, whether you are Eastern monks, whether you are Western occultists, whether you are druids, whether you are Wiccan witches, all of you are light workers, healers. There is none of us that are above the other. Sonke singamagedla at some level. We're just trying here to show you ukuthi universal shamanism gave birth to all of us and our gifts in various forms. Because of diversity, everything on earth is diverse. There's over 4,000 types of apples. Likewise, there are various types of healers.
Also, you spoke about druidism, and if you look at the attire of druidism, or just that Celtic healers, if you look at their attires, full white, holding a staff, you'd say unesithunywa lo muntu loyo.
Abathandazi lapha, abelungu ababathandazi. Yikho nje lento le ukuthi akekho umlungu omthandazi, abathandazi labaya. If you Kedla follow the forms and you research them as well, but if you follow each and every form of spirituality, I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about spirituality,
sure.
You will pick up that we are all akin in a one way or another. There's something that relates us. And I think that's what you were touching upon when you're saying it druid Moltberger. If you look at their attire, you would say prophet. But no, they'll tell you, no, I'm a druid. Going back to what I said, irregardless in whatever compartment, whatever box we want to put ourselves in, nothing is above the other. Yes, this video is about ubugedla, But we're not trying to now take ubugedla and say the reason ingatwas is because it's greater than ubungoma obutwasiselayo. No. Each and everything in its place, each and everything in its line. But we all are going to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. So yeah.
Also, man, I just wanted to say, Guti, now if you're interested, as you do your own research, you'll see people say different things, man. So Guti omunye uzothi Igedla because someone it was your grandmother or your immediate mother, your immediate parents or your grandparents or great grandparents. It's usually someone who's not too far off from you in terms of your ancestry, and you inherit their gift. And then they'll say umuntu othwasisa ubugedla, it's only few impande ezithwasisa ubugedla. And then someone will say, no, what if mina it's just the universal spirit, where it's just the universal spirit, the source of myself, angithwasisi idlozi. Omunye uzothi no, not every idlozi liyathwasiswa. Idlozi lena lizwa ngobugedla but alidingi ukuthwasiswa. So I mean, there's many there's many moving parts to this thing.
Definitely. Here's the thing, Kesh. I'm now going to talk about what I spoke about at the beginning with regards to that Native American Indian,
sure,
that performed a miracle essentially, like Yeshua HaMashiach. Separately, when the shamans in Peru were asked, Uguti, there are thousands of plants in that jungle. They have a brew of umuti called ayahuasca. You can research it. Loyamuti is a miracle worker. It's able to make people get over anxiety, depression. Asakhuluma ngokulapha umuntu physically la Gedla. We're talking about umuti ogila imlingo, healing you psychologically. When people drink that, they found themselves cutting themselves away from certain people. They found themselves getting over traumas. They found themselves having a more positive outlook. Some other people ended up joining the gym. It's as if Lentole has a way of shifting your mentality completely. They asked them, how did you know Wuti, just by taking these two plants and mixing them? Uchola lo mutilo. And this shaman told them it was the forest that taught us. They said, what? He said it was the spirits in the forest. They told us, out of all these plants, take that one. And bear in mind, the one of the plants looks like a vine. Can you imagine in a jungle, how did they know that specific vine? There was no way. It's what we're talking about, Tuguti. It's not necessarily something like many twasis. It's necessarily something that is in you.
I need to correct me, Mkhulu. Uma uthwasa ulapha ukugula kwedlozi angithi.
Kunjalo.
That is what it is, right?
Kunjalo.
So mina if anginadlozi elingulisayo but nginesipho noma izipho ezimbalwa, yini engithwasayo?
I mean, I think even the word has lost its meaning in terms of in our times. It's as if now uthwasa ukufundiswa.
Okay.
Yes, it incorporates that.
Okay.
But really, it's healing egos.
El
Gulaya.
Yeah.
In its essence, that's what uktwasa was. The reason bekwa bangoma batwasayo is because mawungenwa ubungoma kakhulu, you have blood spirits amanguni. So blood often comes with karma, trauma, which you must heal.
True. They were warriors, ne? They died empini. Yeah.
Exactly.
It was Gedla. It's less about trauma and a fighting guy. Exactly. He was more a leader, a ruler. Ne? There are those instances. I just forgot the other types, but I just wanted to jump in and say the blood spirits, they have a lot of trauma. So they jumped off of the ships of the colonizer and chose death over slavery. And then now you inherit that ancestor emotionally as well. Yes.
Yeah. And in turn, what does that spirit do for you? It becomes how can I put it? It becomes a bridge for you and the spiritual realm. Hence why Sangoma is a medium olahlela matambo abuzidlozi. Ukuthi chazana ukuthi A, B, and C.
Sure.
It gives you an ability of mediumship, not declare, not umuti. But now abantu bazothwasa, and while ulungisa that spirit that's gonna give you mediumship, bakufundise nemithi. And now you have isangoma regarded as inyanga, which was never the case.
Also, I want to ask you this question. You're the perfect guy to ask. So the guy that has umoya wobungoma only, yeah? And they teach him umuti, versus the guy that has umoya wobugedla noma idlozi elobugedla ebelapha abantu ngomuthi. Is there a difference when the former akhipha umuthi versus the latter makakhipha umuthi?
Ew. Good question. Bagwethu, I'm on record saying this. Yes, there is a difference. The reason there's a difference is in the spiritual realm, we have what is called authorization. You are bestowed power. Hence why when Yeshua HaMashiach came and entered the synagogue the first time, what did he say? He said, the Spirit of God is upon me. To do what? To declare A, B, and C, the healing of the sick. This is the authority I've now been given by the spirits.
Sure.
This is what I do.
Sure.
And no, but I can do that too. What's in any story? In Acts, these Jews, they were not authorized.
Yeah.
By a demon, we command you in the name of Jesus, the one that Paul preaches, to get out of this man. You know what the demons said? They said, no, we know Jesus and we know Paul, but we don't know you. You are not authorized. You must be authorized to do certain things.
Sure.
So, if Igedla likhipha imithi, umuntu onomoya wobugedla, he is authorized ukuthi makathinta umuthi uphakame usebenze leyo nto. Ukuthi noma ufika emsamo, the ancestors emsamo wakho uma uphahla lo muthi, they can see ukuthi no, lo muntu othake lento was an actual authorized person. Than umuntu makazothi thatha lento, thathe lento, thathe lento. It has more of an effect. Kufana nomthandazi, who's been authorized as an hydromancer, as somebody who works with water, ukuthi makathatha amanzi nomlotha makawathandazela unengilosi enamandla wokuthi la manzi ajike abe umuthi ojulile. Opposed ukuthi wena usithathela amanzi uthi Father ushaye Holy Mary Mother of Jesus, uthi usawaphuza, you will be hydrated and stay sick.
Yeah, I'm cool. Sinyathela ama-cons manje masiva masiva. I don't know, any last comments on your side?
No, Ketla. All I'm just gonna say is, to those of you that disagree, go into the comment section and please comment. Go away. If you wanna troll, whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, this is not a directive, it's a discussion. So we want you guys to comment. We want you guys to give us your take, because I'm sure we didn't touch everything, because we ourselves are limited human beings. So
we won't know everything. Also, in my experience, I think ubugedla is the most complicated one of zonke legaba lezi, in terms of spiritual gifts. It's just there's a lot. It's very complicated, and even mawuyigedla thola ukuthi you, even if you try ukuya kugobela uthi yathwasa ugcina uqabana nogobela bese you move on, awuqedi nokuthwasa noma idlozi lakho lithi wena ufunani la ube sohambe. You're going to be the kind of person that gets multiple mentors. You learn a little bit from everybody,
and that is, you're correct, that is the universal spirit using different vessels to teach you.
Yeah, so it's very complicated, man. This one is I think, in my opinion, the most complicated one. But yeah, I guess that's all what we have for you today on this topic. Catch us again on another episode of Kimi TV.